speaking of representation, you and I both know that it's super important to see people of color everywhere. You know, in art, in entertainment, in STEM, in the corporate office. What I want to know is, within art and STEM, where do you think we need the most representation? Like, what sections within the job market have you identified as areas of opportunity for people of color?
So like where you don't see the people, but like they make all the decisions, like
Mm-hmm.
the people like signing the documents and
Mm-hmm.
like at the end, like the end user is when you get to see that software, like you get to see that movie. But like the people in the way back who are like moving things around, I want to see more of us there.
Yeah.
That's where we need to be. And I want to shift our focus from I would love to see like POC casts, like we get that too, but when we're in the room for those decisions that are being made for the budgets that are dictating like how many POC shows we're getting, we need to be in those conversations. Otherwise, we're still going to struggle to even get any bit of the pie that we want to see. So yeah, those technical positions that are behind the scenes, like even just on camera. I mean, like controlling the camera,
Mm-hmm.
producing, writing, like all of these things, and even that's closer to something like that's the gateway, and like people know about those like writing and producing, like directing. Those are like the favorite roles
Mm-hmm.
within the arts, but like there are so many other artistic avenues that like with lighting, sound, like to even have the show we need both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like learning those techniques and skill sets are super important. And by and large, as much as I love my reality shows, I will see a lot of crew members are still not people of color.
Mm-hmm.
And I pick up on these things. Like every once in a while, like something gets hectic, and like, oh, you see camera two, camera one just turned around, like somebody's in a fight, and it's like, oh wait, but like, why is crew still not us? Like this is where we're recording all of us like interacting, and it doesn't always have to be a fight. Like I have good reality shows too in the mix, but most of them are not. But still, like all of these positions that make things happen, I really need us in those conversations. So again, my work is exposing people to like, okay, you see the end product, you see something that's cut together. Editing, we need you guys in the room for editing, putting the pieces together. So you usually, if you pursue these degrees like in film, you're learning how to do everything with all these different hats. So you do get exposed to those positions. But if you really want to become a director, you start venturing out into a path where you're no longer trying to be doing all those things. But I
Mm-hmm.
really want to inspire people who are like, I really like setting the mood of a whole entire feature film, and that's done through editing. Like I want people to know that they can go into those avenues. um, so yeah, like behind the scenes is really where I would love to see more of us, because me existing in the corporate space, and I have been able to navigate some very interesting spaces, and I usually have interactions with like the highest up. Like I'm just a very, like I guess I'm just a very, warm character, and like it's been easy for me to get up there and like have exposure to people like really high up in the company. And it's like, why am I the only one? And it's
Mm-hmm.
not like I'm a chief at. It's like, but I don't want it to ever be where I'm the only one in the room, because I don't want to speak for all of my people and all of the communities that I encompass. But it's like that's a very hard burden to hold.
Oh yeah.
To be, to be like, okay, well, like, how do you feel about this? And no one's ever asked me recently, but like, how do you feel as the black? Like, what is that like? I cannot speak to that because there are so many dimensions of my own identity that are not by and large part of my community. Like I am from the suburbs. I grew up going to PWIs. Um, uh, Undergrad is the only time I didn't, and then grad school I was back at one. So it's like I am I am the X factor. Like so please don't use me as like the compass for everyone. So yeah.